peanut butter. On a calm, breezy morning in Mexico City, the day's peace would be interrupted by the disturbed screams of a man tied to a pole. His crime? Stealing from a cartel? His punishment? They covered his body in peanut butter and let the neighborhood dogs do the rest. But here's what makes cartel torture different from any other form of violence on Earth. Of all the ways to die, cartel torture is considered by forensic experts to be the most agonizing. Not because of the pain itself, but because they keep you alive. Conscious. Aware. They want you to feel everything. They want you to know exactly what's happening to your body. And they have methods to make sure you don't pass out, no matter how much you want to. In this video, I'll show you 4 cases that prove why Mexican cartels have earned their reputation as the most brutal killers on Earth. And I have to warn you, each case is worse than the last. Our first case begins with a discovery that would make international headlines and reveal just how far cartels will go to send a message. Case 1. 49 bodies. On May 12, 2012, a 36-year-old man was driving down Highway 40 near Carretera Jimenez, Mexico. He noticed what looked like logs scattered across the road. Dozens of them. He slowed down to take a closer look. They weren't logs, they were bodies. 49 of them, decapitated, mutilated, their hands and feet cut off to prevent identification. The Los Zetas cartel had left them there as a message to their rivals, and to anyone who might think about crossing them. But here's what made this case even more disturbing. The bodies showed signs of torture before death. These weren't quick executions. The victims suffered for hours, possibly days, before they were finally killed and dumped on that highway. The man responsible for ordering this massacre was a cartel leader nicknamed El Loco, the Crazy One. And he earned that name. But unlike many cartel cases, this one had an ending. El Loco was arrested. He's now serving multiple life sentences in a maximum security Mexican prison. Justice was served. But for the 49 victims and their families, no prison sentence could ever undo what happened on that highway. But burning a man alive wasn't enough for one cartel. Case 2. Ghostwriter. Sometime between 2018 and 2020, deep in CJNG territory, a man would meet an end so horrific that the video of his death would become infamous across the dark corners of the internet. Before he became notorious, he was just another sicario, a cartel hitman, trying to survive the brutal world of Mexican drug wars. But he made one fatal mistake. He chose the wrong side. The CJNG, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, is one of the most powerful and violent cartels in Mexico. They control vast territories, and they do not forgive betrayal. This man had either betrayed them or worked for a rival cartel. We don't know exactly what he did. What we do know is what they did to him. They called him the Ghostwriter, not because of who he was in life, but because of how he looked in death. They tied him to a chair. They doused his head in gasoline, and they set it on fire. The footage shows his skull burning, his face completely consumed by flames, while he was still alive, still moving, still trying to scream through what was left of his mouth. His head, in the end, resembled nothing but a charred skull. A ghostwriter. The perpetrators, members of CJNG, remain at large to this day. Their leader, a man known as El Mencho, still has a $10 million bounty on his head, the largest the DEA has ever offered for a cartel leader. May the victim rest in peace. The next incident turned murder into a twisted game. Case 3. Soccer ball. In early January 2010, a janitor in Los Mochis, Mexico, was cleaning outside a government building when he noticed something strange. Red plastic bags, several of them, scattered near the entrance. He opened one. Inside were body parts, arms, legs, a torso, all belonging to a 36-year-old man named Hugo Hernandez. But the Sinaloa cartel wasn't done sending their message. Near the bags, the janitor found something else. A soccer ball. Except it wasn't a normal soccer ball. It was stitched together with human skin. Hugo's face had been carefully removed from his skull and sewn onto the ball's surface, his features still recognizable, his eyes still there. A note was attached, a warning to a rival cartel. Hugo Hernandez was a businessman with no known ties to any cartel. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time during one of Mexico's bloodiest periods of cartel warfare. No arrests were ever made for his murder. His killers remain free. Rest in peace, Hugo. But nothing compares to what I'm about to show you. Case 4. FUNKYTOWN. And now, we arrive at the video that haunts everyone who has ever seen it. It's known online simply as FUNKYTOWN, not because of where it happened, but because of what was playing in the background while they did it. In this footage, a man lies on the ground. His face has been completely removed. Not covered, not obscured. Removed. Flayed from his skull while he was still alive. His hands have been cut off. His eyes are still there, still moving, still looking around. And here's what makes this the most disturbing cartel video ever recorded. They hooked him up to something, likely adrenaline or some kind of stimulant, specifically designed to keep him conscious, to keep him awake, to make sure he felt everything. He couldn't pass out. He couldn't escape into unconsciousness. He was forced to experience every single moment of what they were doing to his body. And in the background, playing on a phone or a speaker, was Lip Sync's FUNKYTOWN, an upbeat 80s disco song, playing while a man was being tortured to death. The contrast is what makes it so disturbing. The cheerful music, the absolute horror. We don't know who he was. We don't know what he did. We don't know if they ever stopped. If you ever find yourself traveling near cartel territory, remember this. Curiosity can be fatal. Stay informed. Stay away from conflict zones. And stay alive. The warmth, security, and comfort you feel right now, sitting in your home watching this video, were not built by the hands of the wicked. They were built by people who chose to be good, to help others, to make the world a little less dark. Be one of those people. You know, when I was a child, FUNKYTOWN was just a song they played at Chuck E. Cheese. A happy song about wanting to go somewhere fun. I hope this video doesn't haunt you the way it haunted me when I first learned what that song now represents. And please, I'm asking you genuinely, don't search for any of these videos. What I've described is already more than enough. Some things once seen cannot be unseen. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing. I cover stories like this, the ones most people are afraid to tell. Take care of yourselves.